Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 230. And we had a long delay between recording again.
We did.
I will take all of the blame for that. I have not post-surgery returned to my normal energy levels. So I've been falling asleep very early at night. And have become quite dependent on a late afternoon nap. So I think there was a little bit of a cold that caught me post seeing the doctor, but I was working half days through short-term disability and just because I was so tired in the afternoons, and so yeah, this just didn't happen. And then when we were going to have it happen, we got do you know what the official snowfall was?
I don't know, 18 plus inches of
snow. Yes. So, weather, colds, Megan being a lazy bum, trying to get her energy level back. I did go for a run today. The doctor said at 6 weeks I could try some exercise, so that's been good.
Do you think that's why your stomach's a little...
No,
not
I don't.
okay.
I 6 weeks was on Wednesday, so I've been jogging and stuff post then, and actually I was feeling well until Friday, so I don't know, being at home with the kids because they didn't have school because of the snow. I don't know. But yeah, life has been going on. We've got we had some flooring put in our basement so that we have a usable room down there, and we are recording during the daylight, which is kind of exciting and interesting. I'm awake, although it is afternoonish. I'm just hoping that the running to get back to bed will help me get some of my vim and vigor back.
Your energy.
Yeah, I think that I have a lot of energy when I'm able to get exercise. I sleep better. I think I sleep more efficiently. How are things been going with you?
Good. I have been competing in a workout thing with work. So my work pays for a on-site CrossFit gym, and that's how I started in CrossFit. And once a year they have a contest that's company-wide. They had almost 400 people compete, and in my division, which wasn't an age division, it was like a skills division. So in my skills division, I got second place.
Cool. Congratulations.
And then now the CrossFit Games is upon us, and so there's these special workouts that you can do once a week for 5 weeks to see how you rank worldwide against super elites. And I did that on Friday and felt really, 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 really sore on Saturday. Every muscle in my upper and lower back was just, upper back mostly, but all the way up and down was so sore. I could just feel it every move I made. I believe I got a Boy Scout since the last time we talked. The Blue and Gold Banquet went off without a hitch, and I now have a Boy Scout. His first official Boy Scout meeting is this Monday, and then I believe the weekend after that they are having a lock-in type situation at the Y.
Cool. So
that'll be exciting. And hopefully he is excited and we don't get a call, come pick me up. He has not had too many sleepaways. He's had people sleep at our house, but he hasn't been sleeping away. Not that they're planning on sleeping much anyway. But hopefully they just run themselves tired and they collapse and then we pick them up in the morning.
Yep.
But that's supposed to be really fun. And they'll have the run of the Y for that.
Fun.
And then I'm just trying to think of what else is going on. My daughter asked to go back into horseback riding lessons. We haven't done anything about it yet, but she asked for that. And I just got a bunch of notes about spring soccer. So we're going to be trying to volunteer with that. My new watch just beeped. My husband got me a Garmin Vivo Fit. I don't know if it must be just the Fit. It doesn't show me text messages or anything. And so this is only
get moving.
Yeah. It's only been 2 days on my person, and I wore it to bed last night, and that was interesting to see the sleep data come in. But
how do you sleep?
Apparently 5 hours of heavy sleep and 3 hours intermittently light sleeping.
Yeah. I sleep like a dead person.
Oh, really? Just flat all the way around.
Again, that was back when I was exercising that I did it. I don't do it
true.
every night, but yeah.
Yeah, and I hadn't exercised the day that I did the sleep thing, so that'd be interesting too to see the difference. But yeah, just trying to keep busy. We're still in the Whole Life Challenge, trying to keep up with that and eat well. I've been doing good so far today. I bought myself a bunch of treats. They have these coconut date things. They're just coconut and dates blended and put into a ball, and they sell them at Hy-Vee in the bulk food section. So it's an acceptable treat because there's no added sugar. It's just blended dates and coconut.
Cool.
So I've been using those as my, like, I need to get through this sweets craving. I need this. And lots of coffee, because coffee is the only beverage I can have that has any sort of flavor in it. I guess I can have tea as well, but coffee is already my drug of choice, so I'm like, ooh, more coffee. And water.
You've become a Gilmore Girl?
Not quite. I can't handle 3 cups of coffee, so two and then a decaf. So 2 regulars and a decaf. That's my 3 cups of coffee a day. No, I've never like a Gilmore.
Yeah,
it would rot my stomach. There's no way.
I've watched, I think I just watched the last episode of season 6, so I'm almost up to season 7.
Which is not the season of good, but you know.
Yeah, no, it's not completely happy right now. I don't know. I was texting Susan about it, and she's like, just keep on, you know, and because I was like, I think this jumped the shark, and again, sorry if there's any spoilers, but when Luke found out he had a kid, I think that was when the series officially jumped the shark for me.
For you?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed kind of like out of left field, and then there was just this rift between them, right? Like where she couldn't step in and was being kind of passive aggressively not, you know, trying to intrude. I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Well, I think that's when the ridership changed, right? Like I think that's when the Palladinos exited the show.
Huh.
Because there's a lot of, like, really, like, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't seem in line with the
there was definitely some inconsistencies. I was, like, people introducing themselves that I'm like, you already met. Like, Chris met Logan at the renewal ceremony for the grandparents, and yet he came to Yale and introduced himself. And I'm like, you burst in on them making out during the renewal ceremony. Why are you now introducing yourself to him? Like, and it wasn't even like, mentioned. I guess that could just be politeness, but yeah, there were some inconsistencies that I picked up on, probably because I would watch the season so rapidly in succession. So, yep, I'm excited to watch the final 4 1-hour episodes. And see all that, but I did get to, how about this for a segue? I did get to watch, it was in season 6 where they had the Let's Dress Crazy.
Oh.
And it was just Lorelai. It wasn't like the main part of the episode, but Lorelai was visiting Rory on the Yale campus, and when they haven't seen each other for a while, they do the thing where they I'll wear a flower in my lapel, or how will I know you? I haven't seen you in so long. And so they must have decided they were going to dress crazy. And Lorelai had a crazy scarf that she was wearing that she kept offering for Rory to wear. And that's the colorway. Is the colors in her crazy scarf. So, but yeah, I can't think of anything else big that really went on here. The school across the way had an identity fair, which was kind of fun. It was basically like something that makes the kids themselves outside of school.
Oh, okay.
So Dexter did bicycling, and they took a lot of pictures of all of the bajillion bikes that we have in the basement that Amy just saw when I was showing her our brand new flooring. And Quentin did Pokemon Go, so it was just and Ellie did elephants. Like, she's really into, they're doing a genius hour at school, and she's trying to think of ways to raise money to save the elephants because of the hunting because of the husks, and so she had a big board about all of that. But ultimately, in addition to just showing off their passions outside of school, it was kind of fun to see, like, you know, I can't remember of a time that wasn't like in high school that I had like a presentation board and had to put a presentation together, right? So we helped our younger kids pretty thoroughly. But there were some people that just let their kids go wild. I think the coolest one I saw was and it had to have been a 5th grader one. Maybe it wasn't, but they did stop motion animation.
Whoa.
So they made a little Lego figure walk across a board and do something. Yeah, it's interesting.
Very cool.
But anyway, my segue got spoiled by by my remembering, looking across the way and talking about the Identity Fair. So we have the year of self-striping All-Stars, which was this, StockinetteZombies bought this query fiber self-striping for Amy, myself, and lucky winner. You will see mine knit up, which they're super fun. I like the skinny stripes, especially. They get even skinnier because when you knit them in skews, they're the circumference is bigger, so on the bias you have to have a bigger circumference. But we had 68 folks that went out there and said, throw my name in the hat for the winners, and I magic linked folks. There was a couple people that said, hey, you missed me, and I went out and verified that they did indeed have their 12 and that I had missed them, and my sincere apologies to them, but their entries were part of that 68. And so 2 through 68, the winner was the grand winner, the awesome, and that's the sound of us patting you on your back as well. Good job for doing it all 12 months. That's something to say. The number was lucky number 47, and that was Lenoy's Danny, and her favorite thing that she knit was the elephant with self-striping. So she had 2 little elephants sitting there self-striping. So contact me, Danny, and I shall send this. Let's dress crazy. Like query fiber. Moving on up. We have, so this month, which is close to 2 days, February's self-striping winner will get this very beautiful, I'm a little biased, skein of Kiss Me, I'm an Irish Zombie. It's from Show Me Yarn on their Boot Hill base, which is 20% nylon, 80% superwash merino. Just thought I would mix that up by saying it backwards, 80-20. But I contacted them because I had this idea of like, well, I kind of like Valentine's Day, but I really like St. Patrick's Day. So could we have like a mashup? Because they're so close, you know, like February, I guess there's a month in between there, but so I said I wanted a dark pink and a light pink, and I went out to Color Lovers. I don't know if you've ever been out to Color Lovers, but you can put palettes together pretty quickly and peruse, and it'll give you the hex code for the colors, and yeah, it's super fun. But they came up with this, and it's so beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it. Again, Kiss Me, I'm an Irish Zombie. Amy and I have a skein, and they sent along a skein for you guys, and it was just wonderful to work with them. And again, I'm biased, but I really love it. I really love that chartreuse green, and then kind of the lighter teal in there. And again, you'll see some in this, but that's the February self-striping prize. Super fun. We'll draw for that the next time we record. And then we had 2 other giveaways out there. The Gradient Angles, which you'll see in my FOs. The Infinite Twist sent me a kit, or us a kit, and I stole it because of the greens. And we asked that you share what your favorite color combo was out there, and there were 205 entries, 2 through 205, and the winner was number 60, Tahoe Girl, with a U, girl. And that was Danielle, and she liked the Iris and Larkspur. So Danielle, if you want to contact me, I can put you in contact with Kate of Infinite Twist. And again, thanks to Kate of Infinite Twist. She's always so generous. I love her. The Helix base is one of my favorites. It's got a nice spring to it. It's very springy base. And Twin Set Jan, it's a wonderful pattern. It was a unique shawl construction.
Did you want to show it again?
I can.
Since it is an FO.
It is an FO, but I will. So
that's what you want.
Wrong side.
Nope. But this is what you want.
Yes. And I can talk about what I did differently than what the pattern necessarily wrote up when we get to FOs. But yes, that's what you won. And last but certainly not least, we have Knit Style Yarns sent us this Squirtle colorway, fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon in the trendy sock. And you had to enter who was your favorite monster as far as colors. And the winner was 2 through 177, and the winner was number 99, Phoenix Fire.
Oh.
And I didn't choose the random number generator gods, or in Pokemon they say RN Jesus. Bestowed that upon Tracy, but her favorite was a Bulbasaur, and I was like, amen, sister. She had a picture of a Christmas tree ornament and an actual, like, the AR turned on in Pokemon. There was an actual Bulbasaur sitting next to it. It was kind of fun. Good picture, good picture. And then we'll talk about ZK at the end, but that was some administrati that I had there, so don't let me forget. And yeah, we've still got the Persian Dreams KAL going on. We've got the self-striping KAL.
Yes.
And we've got the Skews KAL coming up, which I'm bringing up on my phone because
So yeah, we're still doing the year long. We have the self-striping with your thing, and then the blankets, so the hexes. Thank you to everybody who's still going strong on the hexes. This is the year that we get to finish our blankets, right? I have lost my mojo on the blanket front. I'm hoping to get it back. I think I've lost my colorwork mojo. I think every time I go back to do it, I do a couple rows and then I just want to put it down. And I've been much more interested in basic knitting. So, yeah, anything that just gets too complicated. Maybe that's just life, right? Like everything else in life is a little complicated right now. Let's just do knit.
Yeah, no, I'm 100%. I've just been knitting the same sock pattern over and over and over again because then I don't have to think.
But we have...
Yeah, so if you are in the boat that you have seen Skew socks out there and loved them, but have not had the courage to give it a try, or you have had some failures, we're going to have the community, and Amy and I, who've knit a few pairs. I've knit quite a few pairs, and Amy's knit a few pairs. Had a failure, learned from failure, has a sport weight on the needles. You'll have the community as well as our support, and we're breaking it down into, so it's an 8-week cowl. There is a sock a month. So 4 weeks for the first sock, 4 weeks for the second sock. We're starting at the month barrier, so March. So if you're doing the Desert Vista Dyeworks and you want to knit a pair of socks in a month rather than a pair of socks in 2 months, you can do them in tandem, right? So the first week we have that you're going to do the toe, mid-toe, and start the foot. And if you wanted to have a pair of socks by the end of the month, then you would just do those both. Like, do them in tandem. Have them on two separate needles, pair of needles, and separate your skeins so that you had 250-gram skeins, or if you're doing sport, a little less than that, or a little more than that.
Usually a little more.
Yeah, because
in half.
It would weigh more, but yes, in half. Sorry, my brain is in 100-gram fingering weight mode. And the second week, we're going to finish the foot. We're going to start the inner ankle. We're going to do the mini gusset. And then the third week, we're going to do heel shaping and heel joining, which is the origami moment where you Kitchener some stitches together. I have quite a few of them sitting here. So this part. And then there is the next week, which is the week 4, is you're decreasing in the bias because they've got the gusset is just an increased stitch count on the front. And then short rows to finish the leg off, and then ribbing. And then we go back to the beginning with the toe for week 5, and the foot and mini gusset for week 6, and the heel shaping for week 7. And so we'll talk about some modifications that we've made on socks, on the Skew socks, to make them fit. I've knit them for my husband and had varying degrees of success. I think there's some length conversations that can be had, and we'll have forums out there for each of those weeks starting March 1st, where we can talk about our experiences and people can ask questions. And we're going to use the hashtag Skews Me KAL. KAL. I say cowl like it's a cowl, but KAL. And I'm excited about it. I'm pseudo obsessed. I kind of feel like back when Knittables was doing the Stitch Surfers.
Yes,
I remember
me.
that. Yeah, that's me with Skews right now, because I just pick up another ball of yarn and knit another one apparently.
Yeah, I never knit those. Stitch Surfers. I don't even remember what they look like. They're two colors. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
And it's pseudo intarsia, but it's not intarsia, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're doing Skews.
Yes. You're like, I'm not going to knit Skews. I'm actually going to do Stitch Surfers now that you've talked about that. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to have us all, we've been doing kind of choose your own adventure type cowls recently. Well, I guess our patterns were our patterns.
But they, which one you chose was kind of, everybody's going to be knitting the same pattern and hopefully be on the same part at the same time. Yep. So if you get stuck or need help, take pictures and post them out to the threads and ask questions. Like, here's where I'm at and I don't understand,
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we can work through it.
Yep.
Together.
Yep. And again, just because I love all of the fun on Instagram of hashtags and stuff, we could have some, maybe not weekly, because we haven't gone out and gotten people to send us stuff for weekly pattern or weekly prizes. But do something with those hashtags out there. So it would be fun.
Instagram only prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get busy on Instagram with our hashtag, there'll be prizes for that pool of people as well as the Ravelry threads.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So, yep. And then, as always, we encourage double dipping, triple dipping. So if you're doing the DVD and you're doing our year-long and you do a skew, bam! 3 entries.
Yep.
Mind blown. Yep. Okay.
Now I get that.
And then just to mention here, you may see in coming weeks that Amy and I are going to record a few mini-sodes where we'll probably be wearing these same clothes.
Yes.
Strangely, just to kind of, if life continues to get in the way and recording continues to get stretched out, we'll have something to put out there.
Yeah.
And currently the mini-sodes, the thought process behind them is that if you've ever played that game with movie stars where you're going to either marry them, kiss them, or kill them. Marry, kiss, kill.
This is the PG version.
With knitting patterns.
Yes.
So this, we'll be doing certain types of knitwear, what our favorite would be, which would be the one that we would marry.
Well, which one would you knit again, which is, has your heart.
Yep.
And then
the one you're lusting after.
Kiss is, I haven't done it yet, but that looks good to me.
And
then kill is, I would never knit this again. I don't know why I began it in the first place. That sort of thing. Yeah.
Or, I think that there was some talk of possibly not having a kill. Lots of things to love and nothing to dislike, but yes. Anyway, so
we should at least talk a little bit about our frustrations, because I think that's informative, right? It helps you get a sense of things, shortkomings or whatever.
Yep.
But they are personal to us.
Yes. Yeah. No. Some of the things that we've got lined up to talk about, I'm sure 60% of knitters or 70% of knitters would disagree with me. And I'm not saying it to be contrarian, I'm just saying it to be honest, right? That's how I see it. So,
yeah, we better get to your parade of FOs, because my FOs are not that much.
She didn't remember to bring them all. I swear I saw like a shawl out in your FOs that you finished and didn't bring last time. Maybe,
okay.
I don't know. wasn't a shawl. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever I remember to bring, because we've stretched out here.
We are what you would call reliably sporadic. Which sounds like an oxymoron, but.
So I knit my husband socks this time for the Desert Vista Dyeworks KL. So in the shortest month, I did the biggest socks. I don't know why I chose to do that. These did get frustrating after a while. I have the OMG heel and just a plain old sock. So toe up, finally finished. They look nice, good. This is If They Kill Carl colorway. I like it. Yeah. And then I thought, since it's about the same and I haven't, my next one is Somebody is Like a Writing Desk. So this is supposedly like a Mad Hatter type colorway. It's an Alice in Wonderland. So I'm not sure why writing desk, but I really liked the colors.
Maybe there was a picture of
The Mad Hatter at a writing desk.
Yeah,
probably.
Or his desk space or something. A lot of hers are inspired by pictures that have been submitted, right?
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that is my March.
Cool.
So I'm excited for that one. And that's that. And then I have just 2 more things to talk about. I finished my first skew. So this is a sport weight Dancing Dog Dyeworks in the Mimu colorway. And I will be starting my second one with the KAL. And then I have a purchase that will probably be my start to the next sock. And I don't know if I want to do those in tandem or for the April time frame, or if I want to just knit one and finish them later. But so I have the next one ready to go, but that will be for the KAL, so I won't start that until March 1st. And then I Kitchenered my ZK 2016 colorway scarf. So these are all the colorways in our mini kit that were used to generate our lovely bag option from my mom. The fabric. So I just went ahead and took all my swatches. Basically, I knit the scarf portion of it flat for the pictures, and then when she was done with it, she gave it back to me, and I seamed it shut and just finally got around to Kitchenering it, and now it is a nice cowl that is very rainbow-tastic.
It is.
So I am in love with my rainbow-tastic scarf, and that's all I've finished.
Okay.
I've gotten very far on things, but not anything is finished yet, so.
I have been working on not necessarily designing things for the Knit Cahoots Highway 52 book, but actually writing them up, which is the part that I least enjoy. Actually knitting it, like I'd almost prefer to like write it up and then knit it, the written up thing, to make sure that everything was okay in the write up, than actually to just sit down and focus and do it. The knitting is so much more fun. But when I'm not, I've got, as I've mentioned, skews on the brain. So these...
You were dessert first with your designs then. You just were knitting them and having fun with them, and then you were like, I gotta eat my broccoli now. Although you like broccoli, so gotta eat your, I don't know, something you don't like to eat.
I don't like eggs.
Okay, you had to go eat your eggs.
Gross. They're just nitrogen-y smelling to me, and I used to like them before I had children, before I was
raw
pregnant.
Bananas. There you go. You had to eat your raw bananas. I don't like raw bananas.
They make me burpy. So this is the Query Fiber Let's Dress Crazy. I'll put them like this. I was going to grab my sock blocker so that I didn't have to just hold them up like, I don't know,
sock puppets?
Sock puppets, or just like little limp fish. But that is 20 stripes there.
That's the fun way to look at them.
Yeah, from the side. On the bias. Oh, I have to take professional sock on hand modeling from Amy. But absolutely love it. These, I think, knit themselves because I just kept on wanting to get to another stripe, and another stripe, and another stripe, and another stripe. I think I made, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough to knit Ellie a pair of her rollers. I shortened the top a bit, which I did through, you decreased a little bit more rapidly in your sport weight sock. I did through doing double decreases while I'm doing that unbiasing. Mm-hmm. And so eventually you just have to keep track of how many you have up the side, and make sure that you don't start it before you won't have enough stitches to do that. Which again, we talk about in the Skew KAL. Exciting, exciting. So yes, Let's Dress Crazy, Quarry Fiber. I had some leftover knitterly things in the, what is this colorway? Yeah, it's gone. But I had enough to knit some rollers for Ellie, and she will be excited that she can finally wear these because I didn't let her. Mm-hmm. I've been experimenting with doing, because I'm starting to run out of yarn on hers, I'm always dividing it at the beginning now. And then if I don't have enough, because I know how much it takes, I can weigh one of these, right? Putting different colored heels in, or I've now made them skinnier because I think I was making them too wide for her little foot, and her foot is getting longer and not fatter. Strange that, huh? Next up, I knit some skews for my husband. These are the Mr. Yuck colorway that Miss Amber gave me at ZK 2015, I believe. Vintage. Yeah. It's White Birch Fiber Arts, and I think that it might be supposed to be Mr. Yuck a character, or are they like Oscar the Grouch inspired?
It looked very Oscar the Grouch.
That's what I was thinking when I was knitting them. I absolutely love when the stripes are stripes, but they're not real like solid stripes. That's kind of where what I'm into right now. So the black has that kind of grayish in between it, and so they're like gradient stripes, right? So the black is a gradient and the green is a gradient. Yeah. And his instep is very, very wide, and so with his, I have to make sure that I don't get tired of doing the foot part and start it too soon, because if you start the heel too soon, then they really don't fit. And then I thought loose thoughts through the heel, so the gauge might have gotten a little looser, but in looking at his skews that have fit him well, it was when my gauge got kind of loose through the heel, and so it fits in perfectly, and he loves it. So hopefully they continue to wear well, even though the heel is just a little bit looser gauge, which you could accomplish through thinking looser thoughts, or you could accomplish through going up, like to a 1.5 instead of a 1. So, yeah. So he, again, will be excited that he can wear those. I was doing the Yarn Love Challenge. I've fallen off of the can't remember what day. I think it was library, and I was like, I don't have a library. And then I got out of the habit of doing it. But one of the prompts was Oldest Stash, and my Oldest Stash was this Knitterly Things in the Sweetwater colorway. Absolutely love this green. And the blue, again, in your when you're looking at it, it might be bazingaing you, and the orange. My camera could not capture this. Like, it just kind of got hazy. It was like, but I absolutely love them. I decided to mix things up, and I did my partying it up and getting down socks. But I just did 2 toe ups, which was the partying it up. They have the OMG heel in the back there. And those are fun. Ellie when I was knitting it, was eyeballing them and going, can you knit those for me? And I was like, I may have enough left over. As I mentioned, this is previously, these are skews out of the Show Me yarn in the Kiss Me, I'm an Irish Zombie colorway. What? I just think, what numbers of the skews since the last time we
socks.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of socks going on. I want to knit sweaters, but I'm writing up sweaters, and so if I cast on a sweater right now that isn't one that I need to write up, the things won't
It'll
get
get
written
you
up.
off track. Yeah.
Yes, which again, the socks are probably getting me off track too, but I justify it that it's while I'm here and can't be writing things up, or when
Right.
I'm
On the go.
Yep. So, yep, absolutely love them. Absolutely love that green. Love that the stripes are that there's thinner. The bright pink and the teal and the light pink are a skinnier stripe. They know me well, and that the zombie chartreuse green should be the thicker stripe. And that's another pair of Skews. And then my latest pair that I finished are Miss Amber went to Rhinebeck with Corey and I of Knit Cahoots, and she commissioned LB Art Yarn to make a Knit Cahoots colorway.
Oh,
yeah. So these are the colors from the logo, and knocked it out of the park. I absolutely love it. It's kind of got like a graphic art look to it, with the white and the gray kind of juxtaposed, and then there's the pops of the orange, which is Corey's owl, and the pops of green, which is my owl. And again, these are Skews, and but with not a self-striping, with a variegated. So fun. Love them. And again, I've got some left over, so I can either make Ellie a pair or do something with them. Maybe knit a little owl puff or something.
there you go.
Yeah. All right. That's enough about socks.
Are you sure?
I think so. I think that's enough about socks.
But there's going to be more in your future, I see.
Yes. I've got a hoe, half object here.
Yeah, that counts, because that's all I had to count.
Yep. So the hoe is out of Diabolical in the Flower Shop Inferno watercolor stripes,
pretty.
and it's targy. Oh, these are just gonna wear like iron. I can feel it. Yes, I think I bought 2 skeins of this too, because I was greedy fingers. Well, we can barter. Yeah.
Okay. Can I buy the other one? I love that color.
Yes, super pretty. Super pretty. I like the purple. When you first look at it, it's kind of rainbow-esque, but yeah, the purple blue and then the pop of orange. And they're just so substantial. That targy is just so... Yeah. So, okay. Now you've gotten all of my FOs and my one... Oh no, I didn't talk about the shawls. It got thrown aside. Okay. So yes, this is Gradient Angle. You're like, okay, I'll keep knitting. This is Gradient Angle by Jan Hamby, and the Infinite Twist kit came with 2 skeins of this gradient dip dyed green, the darker green, and then the acid green, which is the other one. It is knit where you cast on from this outer edge and then work kind of like a, what's the blanket that people knit that's like that, where
Mitered square?
Mitered square, yep. And so per the instructions of the pattern on the first one, I just did half and half. So this is half of the way and this is the full way. And then you cast on this edge and pick up stitches along the spine here, hopefully not giving away too much of the pattern, but that's the construction details, and work that, and then you do the edge. And so I picked up with this main color and had a lot of the green left, so I decided that I liked that the green kind of encapsulated the triangles, but that I wanted to use the acid green on the edges. Mine is asymmetrical, so there's skinnier triangle on this side and then the half and half on that side. And I kind of like it because it's kind of choose your own adventure, right? Like you can wear it with kind of that thicker blocking, or you can choose to show your skinnier block side on this side. And it's not a perfect triangle. These are long edges over here. So you're doing some fun stuff with decreasing more rapidly on one edge. And I love it. It's my green. I love just the unique construction. Generally, shawls go like gangbusters for me when I'm first knitting them, because they're so small,
Mm-hmm.
and this one just kept on getting faster,
Mm-hmm.
because you started out with the kind of slower part. All right. Work in progress, right there on your hand.
I am using a 716 knits yarn, and I forget the base, but it's a single ply, bit bigger than chunky base, and I am trying to knit mittens out of it, but I'm wondering if I'm going to run out of yarn to be able to knit 2 of them.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue, so, but I want to knit 1 and see how it goes.
You could weigh your remainder.
I will.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then I was looking up that Yarn Love Challenge, and today is newest stash, so that'd be easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, she's trying to acquire more as we as we record.
But my other whips, besides the skew and that
Is that
mitten that I cast
pattern?
on today, it's actually the Tin Can Knits Simple Mitten.
Okay.
They just published that not that long ago, and it's got a whole family of sizes and weights, so you can knit it in any, but it stops at chunky. So I am following the smallest circumference for this, even though I would normally be like the large circumference. So because when I was knitting it in the chunky weight, it was way too big.
Got it.
So I went down to the smallest size, and it seems to be working out okay so far without changing anything else. I did change needle sizes too. I moved up a couple needle sizes, but that does seem to work a lot better. The fabric was just like too tight, and it wasn't soft, and it's like, well, the whole point of this particular base is so that it can be squishy.
Yeah.
So,
well, you gotta like the fabric it's creating, right?
Right. So I ripped that back, so I've knit this a couple times now, and it's still doing well, so I'm excited about those. Hopefully I can have a pair of mittens when I'm done. I don't want to have to buy another. That, and I don't even know if she has that color. I'm going to take this off. So this is the almond pullover, and I am down to where I have just another inch, and then I can start the border. And then I will graft up some of these. I think the back you do the grafting it up, and then in the front it's a button band. So then after that I get to start the collar. But this is all the yarn I have left. So full skein and then this. So I'm hoping if I get through the border with this, then this can be the collar and whatever I need to do for the sleeves. Whether that's the shortest sleeves you ever did see, but it should be enough to get me everything finished, right? I don't want to be stuck. Why is this in here? But, yeah.
It's attached somehow.
But it's not. I know it's not attached. It's decided to love on the sweater.
It's weaving itself into the...
So hopefully this will have a lot of progress over the next week or so, and you will see something that I can at least try on, if not done. So
super fun. I really like that pop-up green.
Yeah, and it's such a like I said, potato chip knitting. You have sections and everything. This will definitely need to be blocked so that it's not quite so poofy, but I can see that it will block very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 Irish Girls.
Yep, this is 3 Irish Girls yarn. Yep, and it's the almond pullover.
Fun.
So yeah, I'm hoping to get. I mean, I won't say I'm gonna get a decent sleeve, but it could come down to my elbow probably with what I have left. But the collar is not insubstantial, so the collar comes first.
Yes. In priorities.
In priority. Yeah. And then, so that's that. And then I think that in here is my stepdad's sweater. I believe this has grown at least 3 inches, but who knows, since the last time you saw it. I did ball up the next 2 balls of yarn so that I could keep going. because right now we're at the slog to the armpits. There's no more shaping. I just keep going to the armpits. So
to the pit of despair.
Yeah. But it's very easy. I mean, it's very mindless knitting when I do get a chance to do it. The broken rib.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that I have that's fit to be shown. Like I said, I got kind of burnt out on my color work, so that included double knitting. I wasn't wanting to like spend a lot of time reading patterns and trying to, I don't know, everything, it took everything I had just to knit on this one. And now that this one is quite mindless, I just wanted to pick up little sweaters. Oh, and I did finish some little hearts. But we could talk more about those in CK news.
Okie doke. I talked about my one whip that can be talked about. I've got several others that are designs.
Mm-hmm.
So, enabling?
Yes, enabling.
All right.
I've got plenty. Apparently, a bunch of stuff arrived while we were waiting.
Yes, things did arrive, including some yarn for us. Yes. So, Camel City Dyeworks, Angie came, contacted us and said, thank you for podcasting, and would you be interested in trying out my yarn as well as giving away some. So I just wanted to make sure that we showed it off. I obviously cleaned this up because I wanted it for me. But so she sent this mixed berries mini set, a lot of really pretty pinks and some gray, this drunken rainbow, and this pink, these two juxtaposed. Oh, I could see a 2-color shawl out of that I absolutely love. And she also sent Earth and Sky mini set, which is really pretty. Got some very pretty purples and grays and greens. The greens were calling to me, especially this Siberian spring. So pretty. But I'm going to be designing with this mixed berry set, so more to come on what you will see with that. And then she sent a little write-up about herself. So it's Angie of Camel City Dyeworks, and it's located outside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And all of the bases are named after North Carolina areas and attractions. And the name Camel City is one of Winston-Salem's nicknames, as it was the home of R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, who made the Camel cigarettes. It's also home of Krispy Kreme donuts. So the one that she sent information about all of her bases, but the one that I've been lusting after is this 80% BFL, 20% nylon, which is Bethabara? Yeah. And you've got some self-striping there as well.
Yeah, I don't know the colorway though.
I thought it was Troll something.
Oh, okay.
When we picked them out. But I can't remember now. So yeah, it's interesting. I appreciated that she included a little write-up, and we can share some details about it. But she said that we have a special place in her heart because we were one of the first knitting podcasts that she found. So she chatters right back to us. So her kids think she's crazy. Yeah. She's been knitting since 2012, and she started dyeing in 2016. Mostly focused on hand-painted yarns as well as self-striping. And the self-striping she normally does through pre-orders. So she's a North Carolina native, and as I mentioned, she's got most of her yarns are named out of North Carolina areas. She also included a coupon code for our viewers through April 1st. It is SZP15, good for 15% off of $20 or more of your purchase. $20, yeah, a $28 or more purchase. Sorry, okay. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. But yes, lots of prettiness. This, if I hadn't picked out this as my own, this orchid one, so pretty. And I really love that base. I love the BFL nylon base.
Did you get that base in your minis or no?
I think I did. One of them has, they're all individually labeled.
Oh,
so yeah. One of them in here is So this one's got Selena.
I see. So it is a sampler of the bases as well as. Okay.
Yeah. But it's nice because they're all fingering though, so you could try out all of her fingering weight bases. And we'll get you more details on which one of these we're going to give away.
Okay.
But yeah, and you'll see them in our FOs. Cool. So thank you to Angie, and it's fun to learn a little bit more about dyers as well.
Cool. Yeah. So is that it, or
for me? I also I bought my the
zombie yarn.
Yeah, the zombie yarn, and then having missed the Sun Valley Fibers, people very kindly took time out of their retreat fund and sent and signed and sent a Feel Better Soon card, which was very nice. And I got a bag, a Sun Valley Fibers tote bag.
I did too. Thank you, Jeanette.
Yes, and a dancing sheep and some Queen Bee's lotion bar and a candle that looks like a bee over there. I believe they vended there. Somebody must have known me well and decided to bring. I didn't have information on who contributed what, but I really appreciate it. That one is Color Processing by Spun Right Round. And Jeanette sent Silly Me, which is on her High Twist 80/20. And again, she knows me well because these are beautiful colors that will probably get turned into maybe skews, or
they're very knit cahoots.
Yeah,
or maybe knit cahoots plus
pink,
Amy.
orange, and purple. Pink and orange and purple. Yes.
There's some pink in there.
Or sorry,
orange, green,
and purple. Yes, orange, green, and purple. Not pink. No pink.
It's
Silly Me.
Yeah, Silly Me. Yeah, it's Corey and Megan, and then me,
a purple.
Baby.
Yeah. Another purple lover, or yes, you. So yeah, absolutely appreciated it. It made me cry when it arrived, and I appreciated that people still had me in their thoughts, even though I couldn't attend. It was the first. I went to the first one and had a spree of going to all of them until I was recovering from surgery. So. Missed you all a great deal.
So,
all right, your purchases.
Yes. So I had to order from Knit Picks because a friend of mine wants me to knit her a brain hat for the Science March. The Science March is Earth Day, so in April, and some people are doing brain hats. I believe other people are doing green, so kind of like the Women's March had pink hats. This one's going to have green hats, or brains. My friend chose red, so she's going to have a bloody brain. But I was making some I-cord.
Lots of blood
in
the brain.
Oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. So I just wanted to say that I am using my little machine to make these. This is a lot of I-cord. I think that this is a fourth of what I need. So if you can imagine that, I need to make 3 more of those. If I was doing that by hand, I would probably go insane. Because you knit the beanie and then you sew with your yarn the I-cord onto it in brain squishiness. So I'll be working on more I-cord and then eventually the beanie. Hopefully I'll have that all together into her before April. I think that's the 22nd, right? Earth Day's always on the 22nd.
Yes.
Okay. So I should
somewhere around there. I remember wanting Dexter to be born on Earth Day, and he was born afterwards.
Okay. But since I had to make this order, I had this lovely mitten book fall into my cart, and it's just a bunch of animal, and there were designs and skulls and whatnot, but it's just a colorwork mitten book. Of course, I'm not into colorwork right now, so I buy a book that, has things like this cool owl, very fun, that I want to knit. My daughter fell in love with some ones that had dogs on them. I think the dogs were the ones that won. There was a dog one, but I liked
it's fun
like
to think
ice
of
crystals.
Fun to think of Lucy sitting around flipping through the book, picking the favorite.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of animals. So that one was fun for her. She's an animal girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also won a Instagram contest from the Wool Couture, and they are based in England. I do not know whereabouts. And they sent me these 20mm knitting needles because I won that contest.
Those are big, yo.
They are big, yo. And I really don't know what to knit with them. So, blanket is what comes to mind, or panels to go into a blanket, or maybe just a really quick scarf.
Where you're prepared for when zombies
Yes. Yes, Mr.
vampires.
Pointy. Get some Mr. Pointy going.
Yeah.
I think that
Or it could be a drummer.
I was actually thinking that eventually I would make an effort to come up with something for these, whether that's to buy some roving and try to do one of those like super big blankets, or I don't know, something. But their website is full of inspiration for that size, because that's kind of what they do over there. So I could eventually go back there as well and get some inspiration. But the big knits haven't been on my mind recently. I've got a lot of KALs going on, and I need to buckle down. And again, I had nothing in my stash that immediately said you need to knit with big needles and get that going. So I was thinking it would require another purchase. But really excited to win. I entered, and the way they structured their contest, you called out a person that would also like it, and my friend Lane was the person that you could do as many as you wanted, and the random number generator grabbed my entry with Lane's name on it. So Lane also got these.
Wow.
So very
got
cool.
Two Rochester people that
so
are prepared for it.
Yes, exactly. And I was still very excited to get them. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, now that I have them, I'm like, wow, these things are huge, and what do I do with these? I don't know what I was thinking, but I will get to them. And so thank you so much from Wool Couture. So if you're from across the pond and want to give them a look through, I'm sure their stuff is reasonable and lovely. Again, I haven't looked at their yarn because all of the taxes and shipping and stuff can get kind of spendy.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely want to get something on the needles, the giant needles, soon. So then I had ordered some pneumatic yarns a million years ago, it felt like, but it was custom dyed, right? So I had forgotten that I had ordered it. So I have a sport weight in the Sock Talk. So this could be my next pair of skews, and this is also sport. So, and this one is Oi with the poodles already. And I really like these, and so I bought them in sport so that I could do skews if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That or Zoom Zoom Quick Quick socks.
Yes.
And I really liked
Which are the same thing for me.
Yeah. I really liked the base. I have a pair of skews, my first pair of skews that fit me, that were pneumatic yarns. So I figure, I know it works. Let's do it again.
You're all about that base.
Yeah. And then Dancing Dog Dyeworks had sent, or had been sent, a monster from Helena. And it was super cute with this unicorn hat and roller skates and a little purse with a puppy in it. And she had sent that to Michelle, and so Michelle used that as inspiration for a two-striper, one pink and one rainbow-tastic. So I thought, oh, well, how fun. It will make me think of both of them as I knit it. And it came really quickly. It was a custom order, but it came very quickly. And I caught it in the shop update. So it wasn't custom, but it was dye. It would dye later, right? Mm-hmm. So excited to have my Francine
of Camp Happy Heart.
Yes, of Camp Happy Heart. So I really like it. It's so bright and cheery. and I can't wait to get around to that. Of course, it's going to be hard to do all the socks that I want to knit, so I know that it'll be a while. Boot heel base, Kiss Me, I'm Irish Zombie, from Megan's mind, through Show Me Yarn's artistic abilities to me. And I now have this lovely skein of yarn. So I too can make stripes. I won't be doing skews, but because it's fingering weight, but something beautiful. Very fun.
Beautiful that way came.
Maybe a monster. I haven't done a little monster in a while. And then I saw this beautifulness on Instagram via Fiberspace. So this is Luxadorna Knits in the Cocktail Party colorway, and it's 100% cashmere in sport.
Wow.
So
I love the color.
Yeah,
before I knew it was 100% cashmere.
The color, I don't know. I've seen quite a few people doing this little braided color minis, and I think it's completely adorable. It's the best way to do this displaying.
Love that.
I don't know. I am excited to knit with this. I don't know why. It came with a cowl pattern that was free on their website, and then I'm trying to think, though. There might be some other things that I'd rather do with it, but we'll see.
Can't.
100% cashmere, can't go wrong.
Yeah, and then that presentation. Adorable.
So pretty.
Makes you see how the colors are going to interplay, and then also gives you an idea of a pretty good sequence.
Yes.
Which I spend a lot of time, like with those minis that I caked up.
No, yeah.
Trying to go like, okay, but I want contrast, but I don't want it to be,
I don't know. My initial thoughts on it are I will have to really think on it, right? Like, I'm
super special.
It's pretty special, and the few things that I've knit special, I think with this yardage, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to think of something original. Now, granted, it might not be imaginative, but it'll be original. Cool. So, might be a very basic knit, because I'm into basic knits lately. But it will be from my brain. That's all I had.
So yeah, my brain clicked in, and when I was saying somebody else, not you, for the purple, I was thinking of Amy Deachin. She's the purple lady.
She is the purple lady.
So I wasn't trying to like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. Anyway.
Amy Deachin is head to toe purple.
I was thinking of a different Amy, not you, Amy. Anyway, yes.
Well, and our friend Sock Nubbins is very purple too.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't
I don't
necessarily
know,
wear purple head to toe, but she knits with a lot.
You weren't the first Amy that came to mind when I was thinking purple, but no, yes.
Definitely Amy Deachin.
I know that you like the purple as well. When we do the Stockinette Zombie colors that are purple and green, you are the purple to my green. So I get it. So yeah, that is the enabling, and then we wanted to talk briefly about ZK. So to those of you that are joining us at ZK 2017 in June, which is, it's at the end of June this year, so it's more than 3 months away, but 3 months, from March, right?
Yes, don't say that.
Yes. We've got lots of goings on. We've got the designer showcase sign up that the deadline is looming. And that is dovetails into our KAL in that you can get a 50% uptick for using the designers, a designer that's in the designer showcase, and that counts if you knew somebody was coming before. So, and that's just a fun. It's kind of like the marketplace, but for designers that are there. So it's fun. As a designer, I can speak from my own perspective to have your wares out and people to be able to ask questions or comment or give you feedback. As somebody who knits other people's designs, it's fun to be able to interact with them and ask them about, I really love this this yarn. What was the color? Did you like the drape? And that's why you included it in the shawl. And ask them about their insights. So the Designer Showcase, opt in if you're attending and would like to be a part of that. We also have a teacher sign up. So if you have a breakout session of 30 to 90 minutes, 90 gets to be a bit long, especially for folks that aren't normally in academia. I can remember 90-minute classes when I was in college, and those still felt like a really long time. That said, you have if you have content that will take you that amount of time, and you're going to be sprinting to the finish, or you want to have a great deal of time for folks to be able to try things out and interact with you, there is that 90-minute option as well. I absolutely love our the classes that I've been able to attend and the content that we've been able to share. Quite a few student teacher or attendee teachers have gone on to teach their class in multiple other venues. So if you want to dip your toe into teaching, or you just have a tried and true topic that you'd love to share, or you came last year and people loved it and not everybody was able to get into your class, sign up to teach. I enjoyed the classes that I taught immensely. I think it taught me about my differences in perspective, how I am as a person is different than, and as a knitter than others. And so, it's just fun all around. And we provide the room, and you provide the knowledge. So, and we provide the scheduling and the attendees. We facilitate that. So again, fun all around. We unveiled the theme this year, which is camping. So it's a kind of a urban camping theme.
Yes.
I have a very cute S. Jane graphic with a fireside knitting, and we've got another graphic that is very cute as well. That has not yet been unveiled. And then I'm going to hand it over to Amy to talk about the KAL, because she's been spearheading.
So in camp, and not to camps I've been to, but from what I hear, they have color wars. And so I did a little bit of research on color wars, and I thought it would be fun if we had a KAL structured around that idea, where the camp is kind of segmented into sections, and then you compete. And it gives you camaraderie with your team, and gives you like a little bit of fun to interact and I don't know, show off your skills and what you can bring to the team. And so what we have going on is you need to opt in. So if you don't care to play, that's okay. But if you do want to play, there is a join thread in the Zombie Knitpocalypse group, and then I will assign you a team fairly randomly but evenly. So if I have last assigned certain people around, you should see that the teams will be even as I go. So go into the threads, you say join, and then I will come back in and I will give you a color within that thread, as well as magic or ear burn you in your team thread. And then from the team thread, you can just start talking. So if you've already signed up in the Join Me and you didn't see your name pop up, please go out and look. I've heard that my ear burns weren't working at first, so I don't know if Ravelry had an issue when I was saving those initial ear burns and it didn't quite tag everybody. But now things seem to be rolling. A lot of people are putting in their entries. Anything that you knit. So if you're on team blue, red, or purple, you do not have to knit in those colors. That is not a requirement. That is just your team spirit color. And then within that, you just need to knit anything you've knit from January 1st, 2017 until, I would say, early June. We will have a hard cut up at some point so that I can tally everything and then determine brackets and things. I don't know, just a little bit more fun about how to break down where the prizes go. Then what we'll do after, so you can knit anything. Post it to the threads. Your chatter and FOs are all the same thread. So please be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. This is beautiful. I love that hat. Chatter away. I will be counting them as they get entered. So the thing that tells me it's a finished object that you are counting for this KAL is you putting the total yardage that you used by the picture of the finished object. And I would like the picture of the finished object to show the complete object, so not like just a segment of the object, complete picture of the object, and then the number of yards used. If you used a vendor, a current 2017 vendor, you get a 50% yardage bonus boost. So it just goes up by 50%. If you have a ZK yarn that was purchased in the past, this is an honorarium, but say you have a bunch of stuff from our lovely Megan Black of Cyborg's Craft Room that you would like to knit, this counts as well. Just make sure that you note it, and maybe even the year that you bought it would be an interesting factoid for people. And then you also get a designer bonus. So if we announce our designer showcase people and you have knit a pattern with that and you did not tell me in the initial post, try to earburn me so that I can make sure you get that yardage count. And
so is that in addition to 50 and 50? You can get double?
If you do both, you can get double.
Excellent.
Absolutely. And then there might be other fun bonuses that come along. Maybe we'll decide like, oh, in the month of April, this is the bonus. Or in the month of, so maybe we'll have a knit with your team color spirit bonus.
And if you don't know anybody else in your team, I would say that is in the spirit of this KAL, because it's to get people talking to people that they might not know. You may be brand new, you may be somebody that's been but not have met everybody else that's an alumnus, and so I think it's a good mixture, I guess, is how I'm thinking of it.
Maybe we need to buy some purple, red, and blue stickers too, so we can put them on their badges. Or they can put them on their badges. So then you can say, hey, Team Purple.
Yeah.
We were helping each other out all
There's
the time.
lots of fun things that can be had, and we just randomly assigned, green was in there for a while, but I kind of liked that they were all in the same color family.
Right.
Red and
we toyed with having Team Green, but
who would have been on that one, I wonder.
Well, we're not on a team, so.
Not currently.
I don't know. That's a future thing.
Okay.
Suspicion
about it. Is there anything else? You have your hearts.
I do. So last year we did pennants, or flags, if you will, little triangles that we were sewing together to make a nice banner or garland or whatever you want to call it. This year I thought that Susie B. Anderson had this felted heart pattern. It worked not felted as well. And they're stuffed a little bit, and I thought it would be fun to add them to the garland this year, whether we string them down from the flags or we go add them into the flag so you have like a flag on either side of it, whatever. I just thought it would be another fun, cute, small thing
to add to the garland.
And we would love anybody who is attending to participate in this. And it doesn't matter how crazy, silly, strange, big, small the item ends up being. This is meant to be a representation of community, and we're not all the same. So please knit something, and don't worry about how it turns out. We had some people knitting it with fun fur, and they ended up being like very large flags, like most of them ended up being between 5 and 7 inches, but some of them were like 12 and 14 inches, and it was just fun to see them all come together. I was a little bit picky about the ones that I had sewn the letters on, but not very. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that the center where I had sewn on the name of the retreat was, uniform at least. And then everything else on the edges on either side is just pure color, community, it's fantastic. So the addition of the hearts is what I'm changing this year. So if you decide that a flag is too boring and you want to knit a little puffy heart or not so puffy heart, we're going to be adding flags and hearts to our banner this year.
Cool.
Yep. And hopefully someday it's so big I have to bring it in a giant tote and pay the people to string it up on the ceiling in the conference room, because right now we're just kind of attaching it to like the railing, and It would be awesome if it was so big that I had to like string it across the ceiling of our ballroom someday.
It's kind of like a graffiti wall. You leave your mark, right?
Yep.
And someday if you came back to ZK after not going for a couple of years, your mark should still be there.
Yep, exactly.
Excellent. All right, so that's ZK News, and we'll leave it at that.
That was it. We had a KAL, we announced the graphic.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have gotten an email. Again,
Yes.
Check your spam if you did not. And as always, we use Google as our distribution list. And so if you have the email address that you provided to us as your preferred email address, as an alternate to your Google email address, Google translates that alternate into your Google, and so you may need to check your Google address. Just FYI. We've run into that in years past. But Google does a pretty good job with the distribution lists other than that. So
other than making them prefer them.
yes,
right?
yeah. Redirecting to not the one that you provided, but your actual Gmail. But it's easy to fix if you just take out your other one as an alternate in Google, then it should go. So
Bye.
bye, Yufta.